Hi everyone, welcome to day 8. Today I'm just looking at the American dream, what the current definition of it is, and the energy around it. And I'm fully aware that there's not just one definition of the American dream. I'm just talking about it experientially, just through friends and family, friends, and just other people that I've known growing up here and hearing their experiences. And I know that personally, my dad came here, like my grandfather, his father was a member of parliament in India, like definitely a man of the people, not like we weren't in any way moneyed or anything like that. But they had like this strong sense of like law and politics and government, and like that was like something they all really liked, and armed services and things like that. So there was always that interest, and a member of parliament in India, nowhere else. So my grandfather and grandmother had traveled to London, and my grandfather had walked with Gandhi and Nehru. Anyway, so there's like this strong sense of that connection. And I think my dad has always been like, he was like my uncle, like his brother and my dad were always obsessed with, like JFK and just the politics and everything going around in the world. So my dad was like really, really bright. And he was just like very, very intellectual in any way. So he wanted to come here and experience life here. And he came just like that typical immigrant story of coming over to the United States with $7 in his pocket, and they had to wait until my mom could get enough money to come here, and then my sister was already born there, so she came here, and my dad was like working 2 or 3 jobs, staying in grad school housing, that kind of thing. Anyways, so pretty typical, I think, of a lot of South Asian families coming here in the early 1970s. And yeah, they were just like looking towards the promise of prosperity in all kinds of ways, but also like sticking to their traditional values to a certain extent. I mean, like, really, how traditional can you be by leaving your country and coming here? Like, you have to be very flexible and have a sense of adventure. And my dad definitely, in a lot of ways, had a sense of adventure. So the first question I'm asking is just like that, like, what is the energy around that current idea of the American dream? Whatever, even if it's false or whatever it is, what is the energy around it? Oh, interesting. So I got the 7 of keys. Keys are the wands, and it's perseverance. So I would definitely say that a part of the American ideal is like, if you work hard and you persevere and you're consistent, you will get some form of success, if not the exact form of success that you want. And it's very much that sense of individuality. And the 7 of Wands traditionally is also like you're potentially on the defense, but they also might be people who are coming to help you or coming to support you. We don't exactly know the stance, at least from my perspective. Like, it can be your own people turning on you. It can be other people coming where you have to defend yourself. It can be even in a way where you're offending other people and they're coming in to hold you accountable. Like, you don't really know, but it is kind of an individualistic card. So I feel like here it's perseverance no matter what is being thrown at you. And even because we're not perfect. So even like this country, I guess it depends on who also, is really great at like a recreation story. Like when someone is just bottom of the barrel and then they 10 years later arise very healthy, got a lot of therapy, that kind of thing. Like love that kind of story in this country. But I think it's also become a little too extreme. But so yeah, I think that the energy of the American dream is still here, like it's still in our population's conscience, with the idea of perseverance. The second question I asked was about what isn't working, or what do we feel right now isn't working currently about the American dream. 5 of Knives, which is a 5 of Swords, and it says hollow victory. So, okay, that's very, very interesting, the hollow victory. I would say here, you know, it's kind of that idea of sort of like that getting away with something. You know, you didn't really earn the praise that you're giving yourself, or maybe the praise that other people are giving you. And that I think also is very much allowed in the American dream. It's like whoever kind of has the most confidence and, you know, looks American, because even when you leave the country, unless you're like fair skin or like white skin, like people don't really associate you with being American. You know, you're still like, oh, well, you're not really American, you're Indian or whatever in my case. And I get that all the time. And I get that here too. And I'm not really upset about it. It's just, it's very clear that even though I was born and raised here, and I'm most probably going to live here for the rest of my life, and I made all my friends here for the most part, a lot of my family, extended family, are all here. We still, in a lot of ways, don't define to other people in this country and abroad what the idea of American is. There's no sense that we're shaping it. There's a sense that we're changing it for some reason, but there's no sense that we're actually shaping it. The third card is about like, what can we do? Like, if class consciousness is being aroused now in the last like 8 months or so, I feel like it's just getting stronger in a way. How is that gonna like come up against the American dream, or the current idea of the American dream? Is the American dream gonna change? Like, because I feel like there's some sort of like hypocrisy with wanting to be a lot more class conscious, and also being defined as a success in this country. And I think that those things are going to have to change, right? And but like, so the devil, this is really interesting. I think that with the current idea of the American dream, and with this arising or awakening of class consciousness, and like people becoming aware that they can actually do something about it, and that it's possibly very near time to start doing something about it together. The devil, that is so, so interesting. I mean, this can be taken in a variety of ways. One, I would take it as like, I think like in this country and possibly around the world, you know, a lot of people look at this country for ideas on how, like, on what's possible, right? And like, it's very innovative. People here, you know, I guess when there's a will, there's a way. And there's several examples of that. You know, people here are very innovative. They're able to use their intellect in the ways that they want to and get compensated for it. But we're also coming to the fact that meritocracy, the supposed, like, you know, if you work hard enough, or you're bright enough, or you put in then that's in direct relation to your compensation. And we know now that that's completely false. It's not true. There's nothing, nowhere that's a meritocracy. It's just where people are involved, you have bias. It's just how it is. And you can't have a meritocracy when there's bias involved. So I think what this is saying here is that we're coming up against ourselves, and it's kind of like the devil in the mirror. It's taking a good hard look, and I'm not like saying it's not just any class, it's not any ethnicity, it's not any gender, it's not any law. It's all of us looking at ourselves and really seeing how we're living, how we're treating each other, what is the American dream now going forward? How can you be caring about the fact that 10% own 80% of the stock market? How can you care about and want that to be better? How can you care about people who, like majority of Americans, are like one accident, one healthcare crisis away from complete financial ruin and homelessness? So how can you care about those things, and how can you make adjustments to your own bottom line, to how you want to live your life, and still care about other people and have a sense of fairness? And I think it's that idea of the devil. We have to like start over again to a certain extent. Like we have to look at our systems, and this country is like young. It's one of the youngest countries in the world, right? We're like 300 something years old. So it's also just looking at the reality of how this country is built. Who built this country? And it's not that we have to like keep hanging our head about it. It's like, let's look at ourselves, let's look at one another and figure out a way to move forward with things being more equitable. And I think that's why the devil showed up on this one. And I also got this deck recently from the Louise Hay Black Friday sale. Like a bunch of these were like half off. I think they're still on sale. But it's such a really cute and cool deck. This is a fold out. And I hadn't really seen this in many places, but these are kind of like the sayings on the back. But the fronts also have sayings and drawings, and I really, really like them. So I already shuffled, and I was thinking about just like some healing. I don't like using that word, but like some soothing, I guess, around all of this, because I don't think most people are very happy with feeling like we're getting away with something. Like most people don't want to see this harsh reality over and over again when we're at the end of our lives and we're like, did I really fairly earn the things that I got? Did I treat people fairly? Again, no one's perfect, but like in, the gaslighting and the hypocrisy in this country is so huge, and so many people are getting sick of it finally. And not only that, but we want to do better for ourselves so we can show the world what can be better about their lives as well. And this sense of a hollow victory, like, that seven wands energy. Sorry, the seven swords energy, like, the five of swords. Sorry, the five of swords energy. Like, are you really earning what you have in your hands? So the card that I pulled from Wisdom del Alma is this one. And it says, when I'm in alignment with my soul, all flows. The back says, everything in my life falls into place as I surrender to the great mystery of La Madre Diosa, Mother Earth. Everything flows when I listen to the sacred and ancient voice of my soul. Everything that happens is for my highest good. And I think that this is almost like a good replacement for meritocracy. It's basically saying what's good for you is usually what's good for the people around you. And for most of us, the changes and the things that we enact for ourselves usually means better for the people around us. And I mean, I don't think I'm saying anything that's like new, but what's happening in our world is new and it's exciting, even though there's a lot of very questionable things happening and some people are acting in extreme just to get a point across. And I don't know, I guess that's kind of sometimes what needs to happen. I'm not sure, but anyways, hope y'all are having a good day. Happy day 8. Bye.